My name is Joseph McGill Jr. The project that I do is called the Slave Dwelling Project. It's a very simple concept. I find slave dwellings wherever they exist in the United States, and I ask the stewards if I could spend the night in these spaces, simply to bring attention to these slave dwellings, because often when we come to places like this, such as Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, or any other plantation for that matter, visit a nice, beautiful, architecturally significant house, antebellum house in a historic city like Charleston, South Carolina, the focus is usually on the big house or the mansions. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are stories to be told in those places. But what's not often told are the stories of those who were enslaved by those who stayed in those mansions and big houses. If it were not for the people staying in the slave dwellings that this project concentrates on, then the mansions and the big houses would not be necessary. The wealth accumulated by those owners of those enslaved would not have been possible. So this project brings attention to the enslaved, lets the general public know that their lives were important too. They were important in the building of this nation, the creating and harvesting your agriculture, the engineering necessary to grow rice was quite a feat. And those owners of those plantations had no knowledge of doing that. So the people who provided the wealth, whose labor was exploited, their stories need to be told too. And this project, the Slave Dwelling Project, brings attention to the dwellings and the people who lived in these slave dwellings.